Um, Hello to anyone that's tuned in or may be watching this again. Um, it's my second ever stream, so I'm going to be pure rookie at this, but never mind. What I'm going to do now, well, for the next maybe hour or so, is work through this guide by Imtiaz Hassan, which is a really recent guide. It's only like three or so months old. Well, 2 months old, and it's how to track every Postgres data change using Debezium. Now, from what I can tell, you have a Postgres instance, you install Debezium on the same network, and set up replication on your Postgres database. The Debezium picks it up and then sends it across to Kafka. The article probably is going to explain a bit better than that. Just how do you say it? Disclosure, full disclosure. I've skimmed read this article already. I like what I saw when I saw the Docker containers. I thought, okay, that looks doable. That looks like I'll be able to follow the tutorial. I am an absolute rookie on Kafka. Never touched Kafka or Debezium before. Maybe got a few months experience with PostgreSQL. So we'll see how it goes. Imagine we have a CRM, sales and inventory system. As every system is responsible for its specific, these systems only store domain-specific data in their database. Now assume we have to generate some reports, yeah. Data scattered over multiple databases, therefore we must gather some data. One idea can be to make API requests to each system to combine them later. It's definitely a bad idea to communicate systems synchronously. It's good news that we can use an asynchronous event-driven approach. Okay. Our goal is to keep all service data in the reporting service. Does not need to ask for related. So it does not need to ask for related service data. To achieve this, we can publish events when data, e.g. from the CRM, service customer related info is created. Okay, so this is the important bit. When data is created, updated or deleted, or basically when a row, I think, is created, updated or deleted, the reporting service consumes the event and syncs it. Right. So I watched the 101 YouTube Kafka 101 by the Confluent team, right? And that's what this playlist is the only. This playlist is like the only jump I've got on Kafka, but it seems incredible explaining the things. It's got like a 3-minute section. Well, it's got a few minute videos basically on these important concepts: brokers, replication, producers, and consumers. And in this article, we're already jumping into the reporting. And when something is changed, the consumer consumes the event and syncs it to like a different database. like the destination database. So the consumer takes the data from Kafka and moves it to a destination, or just processes it and does something else. But in this case, it's a destination, I think. Okay. So although it seems like a good idea, it might be a headache when a service has a lot of tables. Or maybe I've jumped the gun here. Okay. It might be a headache when a service has a lot of tables. Yeah, and data gets changed a lot. They're using a lot of internal APIs. For simplicity, imagine an inventory service has product, location, supplier, and stock on the inventory service. You'll create, update, and delete APIs for each table. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12 APIs. I think that's what the author's getting at. Therefore, we need to publish the data change event for each API handler. On top of that, so I think what he's saying is, if you have an API handler to create product, update product, delete product, that's 3 places in your code where you have to write an extra few lines if you want to sync it to another database. That could be tedious when you're doing it for create location, update location, delete location, and the same for these two, right? On top of that, what if we have some scripts that we execute manually to change data? We also need to notify the reporting service about these changes. Okay, so what if you've got these endpoints, but that's not the only way that you can, let's call it CUD. That's not the only way you can CUD a product. You could be updating the product by a script. Maybe that's like an automatic script, like when a location changes, so there's a property of a product gets updated or something like that, I don't know. Okay, we also need to notify the reporting service by these changes, yeah. So it sounds like the reporting service needs to know everything that goes on in this table, whether it's just on these REST endpoints, or if there's a script that's adjusting it for whatever reason, whether that script is like a service, like a JavaScript or Java, whatever app script, or it could be a Postgres trigger function, I guess, as well. Right. So this is now we're getting into the new concept, I think, of what the article's telling us. What the article's about change data capture in databases. Change data capture is a set of software design patterns used to determine and track the data that is changed, so the action can be taken using the changed data by, source Wikipedia. Light bulb moment, right? So we're basically trying to build a system to capture every data change, so the reporting service always has the updated data. So you don't need any custom code inside your REST endpoints pushing things to a reporting service. You don't need to make sure that every script that's changing this database also hooks into the reporting service. Then this guy's found Debezium. Click on the home page. Set of distributed services to capture changes in your database, so that your applications can see those changes and respond to them. Okay. Just like this. Who observes the records from units? I don't really watch much Marvel. I don't really read much or watch much Marvel. Debezium watches the database, keeps track of the changes, and makes it easy to send those changes to other systems in real time. Okay, so it looks helpful. Well, I've read up quite a little bit on it already. It definitely looks helpful, but this guy's intro to it. Whenever a new row is added, updated or deleted, Debezium notices it immediately, then it packages up these changes and sends them as a continuous stream of events by leveraging the power of Apache Kafka. Okay. So after watching this 101 series playlist, Kafka is like an immutable log. They don't like it, doesn't like, they try not to call themselves, or they try to avoid being called a queue system, even though this immutable logs can be used for queuing things. They are an immutable log, and you can set the delete date or how long the logs stay in Kafka by setting like a TTL on it. And if you want these logs to stay in Kafka indefinitely, you can. If you want them to delete after, I can't remember what the default was, maybe like something like 180 hours, I can't remember. Or if you want them to delete immediately or within a couple of minutes, then that's just one option that you can set when you're starting up Kafka. So it's going to be the interesting bit for me is the proof of concept implementation and walking through how this guy has what's his name again? MTash, how MTash has done this, right? So in our scenario, we need to integrate the Debezium in each service so that events get published continuously for each row level change. If there's a consumer in the reporting service, it can easily get the data from Kafka and store it in its database. But for proof of concept project, we'll assume there's only one service and that service will consume the change. Although it is funny, we're going to build it. No. Though it's funny, we're going to build it. That's my favourite database is Postgres. I'll use it as well. That's lucky for me as well. Well, I wouldn't have found the article if it wasn't Postgres, but yeah, it's lucky for me because I want to learn about how to do this with Postgres. So before diving into depth, let's give a tiny piece of info that all the codes are available on GitHub. Oh, nice. Which is a NestJS backed service. Okay, I mean NestJS. Okay. The whole thing is up on his GitHub. CDC using Debezium. Right. I wonder if I can walk through the tutorial without actually copying any code from that. I think I'll learn more if I'm doing it bit by bit by following the guide. Debezium has a nice tutorial, and I'll basically follow it, but I won't use Zookeeper as KRef is production ready, and Kafka will remove Zookeeper in 2024. Moreover, I'll use Docker Compose Font to spin up, right? Containers as it is the simplest way. So this sounds all good to me. He's noticed that Zookeeper is on the way out, and Craft looks like it's KRef looks like its replacement. It's apparently production ready. So this guy sounds like he knows a little bit, well, at least a little bit, knows what he's talking about. And I'm quite delighted that he's using Docker Compose because it means I'll just be able to copy and paste this. It looks like maybe about 100 lines of code and get something meaningful up and running quite quickly. So we want a Docker Compose file, right? Docker Compose YAML, stick this in, 70 odd lines of Docker Compose. Okay, what's 11? Is that the version of Debezium or the version of Postgres? Is I'm guessing, okay, this image is the Debezium image that is compatible with Postgres, not the Postgres version 11. I can find out if it doesn't explain it here. Okay. So the above Docker Compose YAML file defines and configures a set of Docker services that work together to set up a development environment. Great. It's been set up with Postgres as the source database and Kafka as the message broker, and Debezium Connect as the connector. Okay. It also defines a custom network that will be used to communicate between services. Right. So this might be important, Debezium Connect. If I go to Debezium and look at the architecture, okay. Debezium with source connect. So I think there's two ways of doing it. We've got Postgres. I think this is what the article's talking about. I think this is what it's referring to as Debezium Connect, as in Kafka Connect with Debezium. Let's have a look. As the connector. Let's have a look. What is it? Debezium Connect. Because I want to make sure I know whether I'm following this diagram or this one or something else. Connect. Because I'm seeing a Kafka Connect. Okay, as shown in this image, the Debezium connector for MySQL and Postgres are deployed to capture changes to these data. Each Debezium connector has times. Another way is alright, well we're not doing this part, are we? Because this part doesn't involve Kafka. Right, so it looks like we've got this flow. I'm going to go to Docker Hub. And maybe it would be better to go to GitHub, but let's just see if we can find this in Docker Hub. It's a Kafka, okay great. It's a Kafka Connect image with all Debezium connectors. Great. So we're looking at this. This bit of code is this. Let's figure out what Debezium Postgres is. Maybe it is Postgres with all the necessary Debezium stuff. PostgreSQL used with Debezium change data capture. What versions I saw on this? Hold on. So I don't really want to be using version 11. Surely this can't be. Is the version here the version of Postgres? Postgres is the relational database. Right, we know that. Has a feature called logical decoding. That allows a client to extract all persistent changes to database tables in a coherent easy to understand format, which can be interpreted without detailed knowledge of the database's internal state. Cool. An output plugin transforms the data from the write and logs internal representation into the format the consumer. And what does this mean? The image is based upon Postgres 11 Alpine. But that's Postgres version 11, right? Surely that's ancient. I want to be working with 15 or 16. Right. I'm going to take a gamble here, basically, and change this to just go full YOLO and change that to version 16. See what happens, because I would prefer to have this working with version 16 of Postgres. Let's see what versions have gone connect. I don't really want to be outdated with this as well. 2.3. 2.3 here is going to pull that probably. No, it's going to pull this, which I'm happy with. It's 15 hours old. Okay, so Kafka is the log storage thing. So Apache Kafka is a distributed streaming platform designed to build real-time pipelines and can be used as a message broker or as a replacement for log aggregation. Okay, let's make sure we're not way out of date here. 3.4 looks like, yeah, last updated 12 days ago. Okay, back to the article. Let's do Docker Compose up, and then we'll be at this point, default, pull in, that could take a while. And decup is just like an alias for Docker Compose up. It's kind of like a .zfsh. I think it's oh my ZFH or ZSH, right? Oh my ZSH. Themes plugins. We've got Docker Compose, and that's really nice. Not having to write Docker -compose up, even though I don't really know many of these. Decup, or if I can't remember something like DC stop, I just go deco stop, deco build. Saves a bunch of time, but these are pretty handy, and I would, I'd recommend people trying that out if there is a command like Docker Compose XYZ that you just run it all the time, which I am. All the required services are up and running, well, not yet. We just get confirmed by executing Docker Compose or deco PS. I wonder if there's a PS on while I'm waiting for this to. Yeah, DCPS. Alright, so that's the first command that I'm going to run to hopefully get an output like this. Just off screen, I'm going to check that I haven't got any other Docker containers up and running that might, like maybe Postgres already up and running that might conflict with what we're about to do. So no, I haven't got any Docker containers up and running. So when I run DCPS, it should tell us it should show us this, basically this result. I'm guessing that this guy, and I think most people, possibly start their Docker Compose in like daemon mode, where they don't get the logs, don't get a bunch of logs streamed to them like that. But I never start it up hidden. I always start it up with logs when I'm working on localhost. And from what I can tell, these logs, it doesn't look like anything's died. But let's do that. Docker Compose PS or DCPS. Minimize this over here. That's going to be probably very awkward to read on stream, but it's basically matching. We've got the status up for 55 seconds. Let's run it again. Up about a minute. We've got the connect with ports. Right. Looks like connector's got an additional port maybe. And we've got Kafka with 9092. We've got Postgres with that default port. Is that default? No, it's not. That's default. This guy's changed it. Probably so it doesn't clash with a different one of his Postgres servers. Right. So I think we're at where we want to be with this. Verify PostgreSQL. Okay, by running the below command, let's check your write ahead login. Wow, value. Copy. Paste. That looks good. Okay, while level logical. Otherwise, the Debezium won't manage to capture the data change when the value is not logical, when it's replica. Okay, now that I don't keep on stopping, but I was just like a very quick explain like on 5 what's the difference between logical and wow. In terms of wow, what's the difference between logical and replica? I've got a feeling logical is where you can pick and choose like which table, which things, blah blah blah, and replica is everything's going along. And I think it's assuming that you want to have a read replica, an exact read replica of one Postgres instance into another one, like for read redundancy, for example. Okay. Logical and streaming. Logical replication was introduced. Okay, so it's not physical. Logical isn't physical, which means it's not byte to byte. Right. So it looks like if you tried to make a copy of one database to another with logical, you're not going to have an exact copy. I think that's what it's saying. I'm not getting like a very I want a concise answer. To perform logical replication in Postgres, the default value is replica, which writes enough data to support, while archiving and replication, including running read-only queries on a standby server. Yeah, setting one level to replica or higher is required to allow replication support. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't actually seen this on Bing before. Logical, two different methods. Logical is better suited for selective data replication and cross-compatibility, granularity, and flexibility. Heavier server load, on the other hand, physical. I think that's what zoom in very well. On the other hand, physical replication provides a byte-to-byte copy. Okay, I think I get that. Also, it absolutely makes sense that this is logical. Granular, slightly heavier load. It's not byte-to-byte. Okay, one more configuration needs to be checked. The above command should return this, and is this command asking us what? Right, it's going to tell us. Show shared preload libraries on this database. So it does not this well to JSON, right? We need to ask whilst for JSON because we bumped this up to version 16. Do we need to ask somehow config somewhere that we want as well to JSON? Go back to this Docker hub, and we wanted not just Postgres. Not connect. We wanted this Postgres, right? Let's do a final while to JSON, see if it this image is based on Blur. It adds two logical decoding plugins. Postgres decoder bus, which we've got here, right? Based on the protocol bus maintained by the Debezium community, while to JSON based on JSON and maintained by while to JSON. Both are supported by the connector to capture changes committed by the database and encoded. In addition, Debezium supports PG output plugin, which is available by default on Postgres 10 or later. How to use this image. No special instructions on while to JSON. Let's just keep trucking and assume that while to JSON is installed, but it's just not showing up with this command. Or should I try and work out? Try and do a little bit of debugging. Okay, let's Google while to JSON. Let's just say is while to JSON installed. how to check if once JSON is installed, does not provide a control file. Can we just see what's in this table? Select star from maybe. How have we got while to JSON in here? What's this first column when name? Where name has a while in it. Right. Is this how you do a like query? I don't know. Right. We need to escape these quotes by doing 2 quotes. Maybe. Nope. You know what I think is going to be a bit nicer is if I can just have SSH, no, not SSH, open the shell for this container, right? This is what we want. Attach a shell. PSQL. Oh. And we need some commands for this. We need to put this PSQL command properly, right? PSQL, username Postgres, DB name. Okay, and let's just check that this command works. Let's set show while level. Then make sure we've got the right thing. Yeah, show while level. Show shared library, not quite showing us the right thing. So we want to select star from and then this table. Here where it's got the plugins, I think, right? Select star from where name right percent. I think it's gonna go. We've got PG well inspect, but we haven't got well to JSON. Does not provide a control file. So it's not available. Oh, trust me, it's not available. Okay. Let's just say exit out PSQL, yeah, IT. Command's not found. Is it going to be that? Is it going to be that? It's going to be that. Yeah. Alright, well let's just, I'm going to keep on going with this, and maybe once the JSON is installed and I just don't know about it, we can check the official documentation here and here for Debezium and maybe the newer version doesn't use wireless to JSON. We use PG output. Anyway, we'll hit an error soon if it needs wireless to JSON and we don't have it. I mentioned articles also explain what happens to capturing data changes. I'll read those later. For us, it's just magic, yeah. That's the beauty of engineering, worth reading. Our most simple database will only have one table to keep users' data and keep the user data ID email. To create a query, the table code. The query to create it can be found here. Alright, stick that there. Let's create this table. Okay. Yes. No. We want it with the username and everything, right? PSQL username Postgres. Paste that. Make sure. Okay, so we haven't got UUID generated before. So what have we got here? Init. No. Nope. Simple snippets. Maybe it's got a snippet for. No. This is a Postgres plugin, right? Postgres extension. He's got it. Yeah, here. Is that it, or do we want it a v4? Is I don't. No, it's not good love and Bing. I'm only using it because it's default here. Let's change it to Google. And we want. Okay, so it looks like UUID dash OSOP is the one on. Obviously, there isn't going to be a copy and paste here for me to install it. This is actually what we want after all that. Okay, now let's create this table. It's created the table. Great. Now by making an API request, we ensure the status of Kafka. So let's open a new thing, paste that in. And if we look here, Kafka, our Kafka image should be running on port 1992. Why is this 8080? Right. By making an API request, we ensure the status of Kafka. That's interesting that he's pinged it. The connect, the Kafka connect. Maybe this needs to more concisely be the status of Kafka connect. Okay, great. Using JQ to specify the JSON. Anyway, I'll give it a follow. I've never really used JQ, though I've seen it a bunch of times, and I think it's really good what it does. Let's just see how much worse off we would have been if we didn't use JQ. Yeah, I think that's a great habit to get into, using JQ. The cluster ID is the exact same value we defined in Docker Compose YAML. Cluster ID. Okay, cool. This J, yeah. I mean Q's okay, that's the one. going to take a second to check that this stream is going okay, because I think I might mirror post, whatever it's called, post this to YouTube, just in case anyone's interested. I don't know. It's quite slow. I'm going quite slow, but sometimes that's sometimes people might like that fast. But I've watched a few streams where I've been quite slow, or where the person I've been watching has been quite slow, and it's been quite entertaining watching them troubleshoot and stuff like that. So hopefully, maybe this will be a good reference for someone. I don't know. If not anyone else, it will be decent for me, possibly going back over it in case I ever need to refer to it in the future. So we're ready to deploy the Debezium PostgreSQL connector to start monitoring the database. The below curl command essentially sends a request to the Debezium connect to create a connector that captures changes from a PostgreSQL database and publishes them to Kafka topics. Pardon me. So instead of these are curl options, right? The location of the request is going to there. It's going to this guy, connect, sending a header, accept JSON. The content type of what we're going to be giving them is JSON as well. That's what this is. And then you want to data the payload, right? Name, CDC using Debezium connector. I don't know if that name is fully relevant, if that name could be anything, and he's just chosen connector here. It's probably going to make sense to me since later, I suppose, possibly. And then config. This is the config of what the connector needs to be doing, right? It's got a class, Postgres, database host name. Okay, so I don't think that is going to be the same in my case, but that database host name, I think I'll be alright replacing that with just this string, right? Oh no, this string, yeah, which is the same as that. Fine for the right post, the right user, the right password, the right database name, database server ID. That's interesting. I don't really know what that is. Is that in this file? No. I haven't seen this number before. Table include list. Oh, public.user. That's nice. Right? Because we've got this public.user. I don't know whether if you wanted another table, would you do a comma and do public.whatever or your schema.whatever, and a topic prefix, CDC using topics. So that's a Kafka thing, topics. And if you're not sure what topics are, I would definitely say go to this 101, watch the whole thing, or watch topics, just topics. It's like half an hour, 45 minutes, you'll have watched all of that, and it explains Kafka really well. So that's the topic, that's like the group. It's just a way of grouping logs of these events. Okay, so in above that is my machine's IP address. So please replace this with your IP address. But why? What? Can't I just use Postgres host name and then change that Postgres port? Let's just see if I can do that, do it slightly the other way. So what we want is Postgres host name here, Postgres port here. Let's see what this curl command can do then. And no, this curl command is being run on my machine. So my machine has no concept of this. Right. But what I think might be nicer, I don't know. No, maybe I should be running this on my machine. Why don't I just use, like, what's the shorthand for Docker host shorthand or something? It's like it's just a string like access Docker host. No, but that won't make sense either. I think I can see why. I think I can see why he's put this. Because this command. No, I was going to say this command needs to be interpreted by multiple containers and the host, but no, it doesn't. It's just this command is just being interpreted by the connector. So this should work. Let's just see what happens. Oh, we should have used this and piped it to JQ. Let's just see if we can pipe that to JQ. Echo this to no. Oh, Davy. Echo this to JQ. Dot. Nope. You probably need single quotes or something around that, right? Let's see what happens. This would be nice if it were, but see. So this is the response, and it's basically just echoed it back. Has it echoed it back exactly? It's given the name of the config, but it's given us tasks and type. Anyway, the Debezium tutorial explains the configuration that we sent as maybe on payload. So I'm not going to repeat it here. Zoom in on this. Let's find Postgres. This one we want. It's going to be a lot to get to read through, but we've got. Is this the kind of thing that we were sending? Connector.class? Right. Yeah. Okay. Connector configuration example. I think I'll come back to that if I at a later date if I need to change things. Okay, now verify Kafka. It is setting is it an alias? Setting a bash variable of the Kafka server. Right. Then running these commands to get the status. Here we go, cluster ID. That's good. After that, JQ, no, Q0K, leader ID. It makes sense, there is only one in the cluster, so leader ID makes sense to be one. Leader epoch. Probably, that sounds like epoch makes it sound like, okay, we're starting at log number 1. Again, that's what it means. Not really sure about the other stuff. It also says actually, the first command is to get the status of Kafka metadata code. And let's run the latter command. Let's go list. Consumer offsets, myconnect offsets, myconnect offsets, myconnect. Configs, offsets and status. Where does myconnect come into it? Who calls something myconnect? Yeah. So my. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a Debezium connect thing. Config storage topic. Right. Offset storage topic. So it looks like this needs to be stateful. There's some data. Oh, I was going to say obviously, but not really. There's some data that this needs to store instead of having it in a different database, because it's streaming to Kafka. It's storing like the configs in Kafka as under like a group, a topic called that. Storing some offsets. Not sure what offsets means yet. Storing some statuses. And all of its state, by the looks of it, is in Kafka, which kind of makes sense. And if you watch that YouTube playlist and this one, then you'll get what I mean. Because when you get down to some of the later videos, and if you watch the schema registry, I think the schema registry actually stores some stuff in Kafka as a topic, using it for state. So by running Kafka topics command, we should see the topic of this. What is the topics command? It's that second thing, right? It's the list. But we haven't got the top. We haven't got that. The topic name is the combination of values of topic.prefix table. Include list. Have we got any logs from this connect container? I know this is a lazy way of doing it, but I'm just going to go here, click on connect, view logs. What are the logs here? Has it connected to Postgres? Replica identity for public users. Default update delete. So it's talking to Postgres. I think it's talking to Postgres, which is great. Let's see what happens if we go to PSQL on the Postgres box. Insert a user. Okay, let's insert the user. Okay. And we want to see if Kafka has if anything has happened in Kafka, which is, if anything happened on the logs of Debezium Connect, yes it has, it's just changed. Processing messages, one record sent, nice. Let's run this command on the Kafka box. Oh yeah, freaking awesome. Something's happened, right? So what this is asking for is SSH into Kafka, run this command, not SSH, exec into Kafka, run this command, which is run this command on this executable bootstrap server, and it's that IP, that's that address. Let's use the topic of this, and from beginning, and then format it to JQ, and we've got the schema field, field of ID, field of email, field of name. That's a schema, that's really nice. That's giving us the schema. And is it going to give us values? Have we got values or not? And loads of schema stuff, I think. We're going to get to the values. Payload. Yeah, payload. Before, null. After, ID, email, and name. Amazing. Source. I'm wondering about this JQL thing. Oops. Can I go dot payload? Is this going to just give me the payload, or is it going to error and say, can't do it? Yeah, amazing. Just the payload, and getting that. Let's insert a second one. What's this insert going to do? Second email. Inserted. Are we going to have two payloads here when we look at this? Yeah, two payloads. Got the email with a +1, right? Got the email with the +2. Really nice that .jq can get two payloads from an array, right? It's basically driven into the array, getting those two payloads and then returning them. So let's paste the generated output here. But as the produced output contains a lot of info, data only. Don't worry, sample JSON file can be found here. So yeah, if we do these two, we're gonna have exactly the same payload as what is shown us on the screen here, I think. The two interesting new ones would be when there's a before, right? Before update user to name 20. So we got that. When there's a name 20, no, that's funny, because this is the same ID, but it's saying the before value was null. But I would have thought that this would be in that before, in that spot before. The only one that's got a before is the delete. +2. Where the email is at. If we're deleting where the email is at. Oh, is it because we did these two things in the same transaction? Do I need to do something like this? Yes. Yes. This. And then go to this command here. And just look at those last four. Because they should have before and afters, right? I mean, just look at those last two. They should have a before and an after. That's got a before, but for some reason the email's empty. This got a before? No. So let's scroll down, see we had a before and an after here. And it was saying it's an update. Up is an update. Sequence. No, I'm not sure why it is no before. Okay. Select star. I think that's what the table's called. No, I got the table in wrong. Select star from user. Oh, I don't know why we've got a usable post in user table. Maybe that's just a Postgres thing. Do they need quotes? Yeah, it needs quotes. Okay, select star from user. I want to make sure that we're updating that user. So where's got that email address? Okay, so where is that email address as plus? I want to set that name to 659. Let's just do 65. And then we'll select start from user. And the name 659. Right. So this very last thing in Kafka should be an update. And it's a 659, but it doesn't have before on it. It does not publish the previous state of a record. This is what we're looking at, right? Why isn't it giving us the previous state? But we're getting null. Whereas it's getting a none here. Before is an optional field that if presented contains the state of the role before the event code. Whether or not this field is available is highly dependent on the replica identity setting for each table. Okay, let's just see if he mentions this here. You cheeky author. An important note. We might not get the previous data within the before key when executing an update or delete query of Postgres' replica identity is default. So we need to change it to full by executing the query. Okay, now let's change this name to 660. Ding. Let's get the last thing from Kafka. It should say update and it should say the before 659, 660. Amazing. I kind of feel like figuring that problem out for myself before reading this paragraph was helpful. It's gonna help me remember it. And let's just have a little look what that actually means though. I don't want the alter table docs, I want replica identity docs. If I can this form changes the information which is written in the right hand bar to identify those which are updated or deleted. In most cases, the old value of each column is only logged if it differs from the new value. However, if the old value is stored at similar, it is always logged regardless of whether it is changed. This option has no effect except on logical replication in use. Default, because the old values of the columns of the primary key, if any, using index, all columns. Okay. It sends, I think I get it. Full means it's sending all columns, even if something doesn't change in that column. For example, this column didn't change, this column didn't change, but the name did. It's interesting how the default is the primary key columns only. So that might explain when we add a D, let's try and find a D operation, which is delete. It's sending the primary key. Right. Okay, back to the guide. Implementing a consumer. As we see, Kafka is publishing events for each feature. So our task is to subscribe to the event in our reporting service, right? Or use Kafka.js to achieve it quickly. Let's paste the code here. The Kafka service. It might be nice if I try and run this code. Okay, how is it written? We've got Docker compose here with Postgres, Kafka, and Connect. Oh, it's the Debezium UI. That's interesting. I don't really like running npm install and stuff without having a Docker container. So I'm going to close this for a minute. I'm going to make quickly just make a NodeJS container here for me to work on. I'm not sharing this, I'm just going to copy and paste something from a different project of mine. Let's go cdc using Debezium app. Then we want the image to be node. I think we can just think something like this just doesn't really matter, does it? But let's just go with that. And what else do we need? Bare minimum. Just to get this up and running, we just want like a little shared volume. App here. Oops, no. You don't actually have to make that, do we? App. And let's just make things easy. And do we need any ports? Let's go back to the guide. Looks like we don't need any ports, we need some environment variables, right? So environment and that is to just be 9202, right? And that should be just Kafka server. Yes. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else in here which is a URL? Maybe one topic is an URL, no, not really. Don't really need it just for now, do we? Should really resize that. Decut this just be decut. Attach in, it exited. We want to start it in. And give it these options so we can just basically keep it running without it exiting. You can use it as a dev container, right? Click that. Don't want anything to do with URL scraper. Just want app. No. This. Upper level document it's that. Not especially bothered with any. We want to keep Copilot just for now, please, yeah. Do that. It's out, isn't it? Go dive straight into that container. No. Don't save. Is this gonna share okay? Sorry if it seems like a super long-winded way of doing it, but I'd rather just be running my commands inside Docker. Just get back to what this is. Okay. Implementing consumer, we use it doing this in JavaScript. Let's have a little bit more of a look at the code. Just going to copy and paste a bunch of this, right? So if we've got package.json, what kind of stuff is he doing? He's got Nest. Don't really want to get involved in any of this Nest stuff. npm init. Let's just call it app version description. Oh, we want some TypeScript stuff, though, don't we? It would be nice to have a little TypeScript. Let's cancel out that. Let's copy what he's got for his package.json. Strip a load of it out. Just because, I mean, I don't want to set up TypeScript from scratch. Comes on there. Dependencies, don't really want to install this Nest stuff. Don't need .env. Do need Kafka. What was the importing on the top of this? Is there any imports at the top of here? NestJS comment. Inject that. Oh, what the hell? Maybe I should just be trying this out. I've never used NestJS, but maybe I should just be trying it out. It's got J config. And we got Git here. Let's delete this. Let's clone this. Local, no, just one. Git clone. Dot. Is that gonna? Oh. Install Git. Clone it. Can we clone into this directory? I don't know. Yes. Because wondering if he's using an npm or looks like probably he's using npm because of this. Npm install. Better not be any dodgy stuff. This is the kind of time when you definitely should be reading if there's any startup scripts. If there's anything that looks a bit dodgy that you don't recognise in these names. quite legit to me. So where is this code? I'm guessing this code is in here somewhere. Yeah, Kafka service.ts. And let's see if there's a test just for this. Is there a test for it? No, it's in app module. Just need to be getting my hands dirty in NestJS code. When all I'm really trying to do is have a look at this consumer. Here's a consumer, right? Yeah. Test, util, service, util, what happens here? Keep a test. End-to-end app controller. Get v1, hello, before and after. Make request, hello. It doesn't look like that is testing what we want. Let's have a look in package.json. See if there's just a start script. Right, is there going to just be a start? Start dev. Okay. Is that going to need build? Maybe, maybe not. npm run. Sounds errors. Is it? Oops. I cannot read properties undefined in this database config. Oh, so it needs to have all of these environment variables, right? Which doing this seems like a bit of a, does seem like a bit of a hassle, and is using typo or do I want that? Do I want to do that? Do I really want to mess around with all that? Probably not. What's just the quickest way that I can run some of this code? We don't want, what is all this about typo? Is there something just in package.json where I can test Kafka? Let's find Kafka. Let's just see, can I just start a Kafka up? I'm going to try one more thing. So is there an env.sample? Let's just copy that to env. That might give the environment variables that we need. Another error. Connection issues to the database on, because there must be something here telling it that the database, yeah, that's slightly wrong, isn't it? Database needs to be like the Docker host URL, which is this. I'm going to copy and paste that. Oh, it's going to be really nice if this works, but even if we hit a couple more errors, I would actually quite like to see what happens when it's running. So let's keep on giving it another try. This address hasn't been found. That is right there, I think. If I'm using that address, the port needs to be 543432. Let's keep trying. Another error. Address not found. Because it should be able to. Should be able to access that address. Where is it using it? Let's try the alternative way of putting that back. Not shouldn't be localhost. It should be access host. This is it. My question is, what does this connection mean? Where is this used? Don't know. Let's try it. I think I'm never going to use TypeORM because I've started using Drizzle kit, and Drizzle's really nice. Yeah, it's not going to be able to do that either. Okay. Copy, find, no, let's just find where this port is. A Kafka bash. Oh, what's the Kafka bash? There's that, Kafka service. I'm looking for something that is causing this, something that's causing this connection to that Kafka JS needs to have the right thingy, right? Needs to have that special magic. It shouldn't be IP, right? Needs to have that magic Docker thing. Stick that there. Nice having a hot reload. Internal. What errors are we getting now? Different error, or is it the same? cancel out of that, clear those logs, and let's just run through the logs one at a time. If there's 10, 15, let's just start at the top. Starting Nest application, database module initialized, type ORM initialized, config host initialized, initialized. I was doing some queries, initialized, map, router is map, error, connection error to this 1990. Why is it still trying to do the 127.0.0.1? You don't want that, really, do we? Still find on this port in the code base. It's in the code base here. I don't think Nest is running any of these bash scripts. Right. What's the file path on that? Is that the root? I don't think it's doing that either. So we're getting something. On 2.7.0.1. That might explain, right, why further up here, potentially why he was using this host. I don't know. I'm not sure. But where is this error coming from? It's coming from Kafka.js. For some reason Kafka.js thinks it needs to connect to localhost, but it doesn't. Let's try this. Where are we going to import? Is this going to do an auto import, or should I just run this command once? See what it gives us. It's going to be an IP address. Stick that. Stick it there. Not going to work. And for some reason that host doc internal wasn't working. It's been refused here. And I'm wondering why is that connection being refused to 99? Do we have some credentials for Kafka? That I'm missing. I'm not sure. And what is this file actually doing? So it's connecting straight to Kafka, right? Kafka.js. Do we need some extra settings? Kafka.js connection refused. Code is working fine with brokers, localhost. There's no issue with the code, but you should check the Kafka is on the mic. Not configured properly. Try creating a topic for your terminal. You'll find the scripts inside. Well, we've already got a topic, right? How to use Kafka 1992. Well, that. Oh, did I set it to the wrong thing? I was telling it to. I was putting that one in to start with. Let's see what happens here. Does not find them that service. I don't know why it isn't finding that server. Oh, you dick, David. Pardon my French. It's not on the same network. You fucking spanner. Okay, so we've got to close this window. You've got to open this locally, right? We've got to set that, which I just did in a different window. We've got to eco restart. And we've got to reopen a container. We've got to npm start. Is npm start? We might just be able to up that. Okay. No, I'm interested to see. Oh, unable to connect to a database. Yeah, okay. So we want to. So now we're on the same. It's finally getting around to connect to the database. I think we want this to have 5, 4, 3, 2. We want to update this as well. To this database. And let's see. Yeah, I prefer, if I can, not using the host IP if possible. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just a bit busy. I'm just streaming like probably about 10 to 20 minutes. So what this error is saying is, can't find this. I think I need to destroy the container or something, not just restart. Since I've edited the what am I trying to say? Yeah, since I've edited the network, I think I need to destroy this container because everything's just on networks. That right? First name, container name, restart always. This is the app on our network. Don't really need that now. That's a bit useless. So this is just the cheating way of doing it, right? Just remove it. Just stop everything. Reopen this new container. I think we'll have to do another, maybe npm install. Let's just chance it. Because maybe the node modules are still in the node modules folder. We want npm start run start. Why is it reverting back to this error connection refused that number 99? Did I forget to save something or? I mean, definitely. Does it need to be built? Am I missing out? Am I missing what Nest is doing? Does it need to be built before I run start there? No, because it's got a watch task. But for some reason, it's getting the wrong IP address, right? 19. Open this locally. Let's do a PR. Are these all on the same network? Is Kafka up and running? Is Kafka on the right network? Why is this in stock? It's not. I think probably one of the easiest things to do is try and install ping. apt-get update. Install ping. I think it's going to tell me how to install one of these, right? Then we want to check if from the app we can ping this or this. What does it? Is it on the same network? Yeah, I think so. Pinging Kafka, is it going to be able to ping Postgres? Is that going to be a different IP address? Yeah. So if it can do that, then surely let's just build first. And then we'll do a start tab. Um, I wonder if the author article would be able to shed some light on why is this happening? Why is it resolving to that? Should I just be putting an IP address into this file, into that? Can this new Kafka new handle a domain? What's client ID? we want to list the topics just to make sure Kafka's running, I suppose. No. I've got to do the server first. Yeah. Okay. This is super hacky, but let's just ping Kafka. Got this IP address. This should be accessible. Let's see what happens. Connection issues. I don't understand. Copy that. Close this. Do a find on all of the instances where this Kafka.bash. When does it run Kafka.bash? Never. Have I hit some weird kind of caching thing? Does console log SIP, for example? I think I might have to call this a day soon. It's still saying connection refused, and then it's saying that. Group ID, console consumer. I wonder what. Whether that's got anything to do with anything. Group ID. Because we're using a network, I mean, you need to stick these links in. Is this it? So that's close all of these guys. Start them up again. just because we've added links. Right, let's just remove that. Tap the shell here. Can run start dev, I think. Nope. It's just noping out, isn't it? For some reason. It wants to connect to localhost. Yeah. 90. Oh, okay, what's this? Advertised listeners. Internal. Oh. We want this one, right? I think. I'm thinking we want that. Don't want to delete that. Let's just comment out. Yes. 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 We're not getting error logs. Group, we've got loads of group IDs coming through. Don't know why we're getting more than one. Oh no. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. Group ID. Go consumer, 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 consumer. Consumer, 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 consumer. Event payload, delete, blah, 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 blah. Is this going to be streaming our events now? So, let's try and run out. Edit SQL command P SQL. Oh wait, we've got no history here, that's unfortunate. Right, I'm going to be wrapping up soon, but what we're doing is like, is there, get PSQL on the go, make a command, make a thing, update. So what I've just done there is updated the database directly, but that could be through a different service or microservice or take the database. Should have gone to Kafka, possibly it's been logged here in Kafka, maybe, I don't know. We got a fatal role root does not exist. Star. It doesn't quite, does it? I think we didn't, we made a bit of a mistake. Doesn't like insert into that. Oh. Close that. Paste. We've got an insert into. Did anything happen? We've got some logs in Debezium Connect. Did anything happen on NodeJS? On our NodeJS app? Yeah. Okay, so we got an update to the user. Random name on that email with the +1. Right. We say we don't want a random name. Let's say we don't want a name to be 365. Be +1, yeah. We want a name to be 20. Let's again stream to our Nest app. Yes, name 20. Awesome. Let's just wrap things up by deleting it. The email's +1, yeah, isn't it? So let's delete that. Deleted. Does our app know it's deleted? Yes. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, this stream was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. But I'm so glad that I ran through it. I mean, I haven't looked at any of this code, but I get the idea of what it's doing. And it's given us these events. The Kafka service class demonstrates how to consume messages from Kafka topics, then process them. The actual Kafka message resides in the listen method, which is here. Yeah, okay. When the message arrives, each message callback is triggered. Incoming message's content is transformed into the event payload. Oh, so there's a bit of transforming going on. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. This is like building an object, which is kind of topic, blah, 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 blah. Voila, now the reporting service can persist the data into its database. And as we have all the data, we can easily generate various types. So this can be a reporting database like Elasticsearch or something like that, right? Using may not be the panacea for all problems, but I believe we may use it to delegate our responsibilities in scenarios where we need to propagate change data so that we can just concentrate on our actual business logic. Yeah, because writing the code to sync to databases, I've tried it and it is a tedious pain in the bum. So I'll be commenting here tomorrow just to let I struggle to pronounce his name, but I think it's Emtiaj that I've run through this. I loved it. I'm very happy that I made it to the end and I'm getting these events in my app. In his app in NestJS. Happy that I debugged through a few things and I'll just let him know that I'm grateful for the article basically. Yeah, if you're watching this at another future point in time, then show him some love, comment. I think I'll comment and let him know that it's also working good with Postgres 16 and that while to JSON does not show up for me when running this command, wherever it was. I'm running one of the commands to check Postgres here. While to JSON does not show up for me when I'm using Postgres 16, that might be the reason why. But yeah. But for now, I'm planning on doing some more streams as I'm working out what database is best to use for my startup. So follow me if you like this content, because I'm pretty sure I'll be doing some more. Bye.